Hey gorgeous people, welcome to 2020. Now I know for some it's been a really rough start to the year, and I just want to take a second obviously just to acknowledge that, and I know that some people obviously have been acutely impacted by the fires, and I just want everybody to know that has been either directly, indirectly impacted by the fires, that I absolutely send my love, and you've absolutely been in my thoughts and prayers as well. So I think today's topic is obviously really quite relevant for lots of people in terms of just, hey Erica, lovely to have you on. Hey Janine, lovely to have you on here. Say hello if you've just jumped on as well. Hey Sandra, lovely to have you on, darling. So obviously, I think it is really quite relevant. A couple of the things that I'm going to share, and it's been something that I've really been playing with myself as well. I have had quite a few people ask me, how is it that I can kind of change my mindset, or, obviously everybody has lots of different feelings about the fires, and I don't necessarily want this video to be about the fires in that sense, but certainly knowing full well that there's plenty of people that have been impacted either directly or indirectly. I think anything that we can do, obviously, around offering some guidance or some things that perhaps that people could focus on that could really help build emotional resilience in such acute times of stress and grief. And I do kind of want to run through, I was just thinking before as well, the grief cycle as well, that some people may or may not be experiencing, because I do believe obviously that's really quite relevant to this current state. But I've had quite a few people reach out to me that maybe are not directly impacted by the fires, but have loved ones or have friends or have family or know somebody, and I think we can all probably put our hand up to that. And hey Dia, lovely to have you on. Hey Rosie, lovely to have you on here. Hey Lisa, great to have you on, hun. And hey Buffy, lovely to see you on here. Hey Chris as well, beautiful to see you guys on here. So one of the main things that we can do, and now this may sound a little bit heartless, and it's certainly not meant to be heartless, because the more fear that we feel, the more that we go into the fear with others, then we're just perpetuating more and more of that. We're adding to the mass consciousness of the fear. People that aren't directly impacted by the fires have a profound opportunity to be focused in a way, because when something's not personally happening to you, you can choose to focus in a way where you see the rain coming, you see people thriving afterwards, you see things in a way that is very difficult to see perhaps when we're in the midst of the reality that we're currently experiencing, if you have been directly impacted by the fires. So I think anybody that's not directly impacted, whatever you can do to turn your focus, to turn your thoughts to seeing it as already over, seeing everybody really being okay and focusing their energy as much as they can on that is the most powerful form of prayer that we can ever do. We can't, when we pray from a place of feeling fear and feeling scared and feeling worried, and I'm not saying that any of those emotions are wrong, because quite literally many people would be feeling those emotions, and I certainly have experienced a lot of those of my own emotions around some of those things as well. But when we're asking from that place, you're not in alignment with the receiving of. So we've got to shift our alignment back into what is it that we do want, and asking from a place of gratitude, asking as if it's already done. And so anybody that's not directly impacted by the fires, I would truly ask from my heart, and it's certainly been what I was doing. I cried the other day when it rained. I was just so excited, because it just, even though it didn't appear to last that long, it was showing more signs that yes, we're heading in the right direction for this all to be over. So I honestly want to say the thing that I've really been experimenting with, and this can help people that are in a lot of stress, regardless of whether this is about the fires or not, but in a lot of stress, or perhaps just wanting to feel a little bit happier during their day. I know we can all kind of get into a bit of the mindset of push, 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 go, 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 got to get it done, got to get the to-do list ticked off and all of that. And it's to pour love and gratitude into everything you do. It's such a simple thing, and it sounds so simple that it couldn't possibly make a difference, but honestly it brings so much presence, it brings so much mindfulness, it brings gratitude, and now you're actually in a receiving state rather than a constant giving state or pushing state. When we're in that constant push or struggle or got to get everything done, and we're so focused on just getting it done, pretty soon like those days roll into weeks and those weeks roll into months, and you feel a little bit like a robot. You can feel a little bit mechanical, and start to disconnect from the heart and why you're actually doing those things in the first place. So as we start to bring more love and gratitude into everything that we do, now you're more focused coming from the heart. So you're living from your heart first and being in love and being in a state of gratitude, which automatically just reduces the stress that we actually feel as well. Hey Chris, great to have you on here. That's so beautiful, Janine. I'm glad that that resonates for you, Dylan, and lovely to have you on here too, Di. Erica, I'll just read. Yeah, so beautiful. That's so fabulous. Yeah, and when we can see it as done, Erica, that's so true. You know, just seeing it already happening, and I've been doing exactly the same, and getting excited and feeling the sense of relief, as if it was already done, as if it was already all over, and everyone was, moving on in the best way possible as well. So definitely seeing, and you know, this is great advice for going into 2020 as well, like aligning yourself to the energy as if how would you feel right now if all of your deepest desires had already happened? How would you be feeling right now? That's your energetic signature. That's your emotional state that you need to anchor into your system, that you need to be eliciting from yourself again and again, in order to be able to get the inspiration, to get the clarity, to feel passion, to feel enthusiasm, to feel eagerness, to feel joy, to feel happiness, to be living the life that you truly want to be living. So it's a really, really important thing. It's something I definitely dive into on my manifestation courses, and certainly in my inner circle, my Empowered Woman Inner Circle Mastermind as well, which I am kicking off again on the 13th. I've had quite a few people jump in already, and I'm really excited to bring not only 2 years worth of content, so there's a lot of stuff in there already where we move through each of the life areas quite methodically, or you can do it quite intuitively. So we touch on like self-love, we touch on physical health and wellness, energy, vitality, spirituality, like I said, self-love and confidence, purpose, passion, career, biz, intimate relationships. If that's a little bit tricky or a little bit funky, or you haven't heard about like feminine, masculine polarity, you would definitely want to jump in and check that out. So many different things. We talk about manifestation, money, and each month we spend a month on each of those topics. And I'm also doing live weekly videos where you can ask me any question in the world, and we can deep dive on that particular topic as well, because it generally serves the whole group as well. So I'm really excited to be bringing that and kicking that off again. I'll pop the link below for anybody that really resonates with. If you want to come play, if you've kind of been watching for a while and like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool, or kind of like a vibe or whatever, and it feels really right for you, definitely come and jump in and play. There's a great bunch of girls in there already. We're actually going out for tea on Saturday night, which I can't wait. Be so beautiful, particularly for the local ones. So yeah, really looking forward to catching up with everybody. But also I'll be bringing a lot more health and vitality retreats this year. I'll be kicking off with a health and vitality workshop. I've got the dates coming out shortly. Just locking a lot of things in around some other commitments and other goals that I've also got for myself. So really excited about that as well. And that is one of the main focuses that we have in the Inner Circle Mastermind, is getting clear on your goals and intentions at the start of the year. I'll also be running Create Your Life on Your Terms, or Creating Life on Your Terms workshop / retreat, and that will be in February as well. And then I've got a couple of other things obviously planned for later on in the year. I'll be running my Authentic Happiness Intensive program again, for anybody that's really resonated with that in the past, but perhaps you haven't jumped on board, or it wasn't the right timing for you. So there'll be lots of different things there as well. So so with this pouring love and pouring gratitude into everything, you will feel whatever you're feeling from the state that you're actually in. So if you're feeling angry, you're feeling frustrated, you're feeling pushed, you're feeling stressed, that's going to be your entire day, guys. And you're going to attract more things that bring frustration, anger, stress, all of those things as well. So the more, hey Sal, lovely to have you on. Hey Sandra, and hey Jen, lovely to see you on here, honey. The more that you take some time to really tap into that energy of love, and perhaps it's focusing either on something that you love. It doesn't even have to be what you're doing. It might be somebody that you love. It might be, I've been just playing kind of with more general aspects. I've got this beautiful teal green bracelet that I just love, and like sometimes I'll just focus on that to be able to get kind of that love button flowing, depending on where I'm at. Sometimes it can be difficult if we're in anger or strong frustration, or perhaps powerlessness or despair or insecurity or guilt or unworthiness. A lot of the time it can be too big of a jump to try and get to love and gratitude too quickly, particularly when you're specifically focusing on one area of your life. So it's much easier to go a lot more general on, oh, I love that I'm seeing the blue sky again. I love that the weather's been a little bit cooler, or I love that there's food in the fridge. Like things that you can just love and feel a sense of gratitude or appreciation for. It doesn't even have to be gratitude. I actually prefer the energy of appreciation simply because it's a bit cleaner energy. Gratitude generally comes from, I'm grateful for this because at one point I didn't have it. So it's not such clean energy, whereas appreciation is just appreciation. So find what you could feel appreciation for. Like just when I was having my shower earlier, it was just like just such gratitude and appreciation for the warm water and for the shower and for the time. And I also got a new shower head that my beautiful partner bought it for me with all these beautiful essential oils that run through it as well. So it's divine. It's so beautiful. So whatever you can kind of find gratitude and appreciation, but the more love that we bring. And so when we're and there was a statement, do small things with great love. And I really like that, particularly in, at our current times at the moment. Sometimes we feel like we can't be doing everything that we want to be doing, or we can't be contributing as much as we want. But whatever we are doing, if we do it with the consciousness of love and sending those that we care about and sending everybody involved in any times of distress in their life, all of that love is so important. So I did say at the start I wanted to run through really quickly as well the grief cycles, just so that if anybody is experiencing this, they'll have a greater understanding why. And there's been a couple of people that I've been speaking to recently about, they've been experiencing some strong grief and they weren't aware of this as well. So sometimes it can just help you to be a little bit more kinder and a little bit more compassionate with yourself. So often in the grief cycle, there's denial. There's like just absolute denial. It's just like, yeah, no, it's fine. Nothing's happening here kind of thing. It can just be absolute denial. There can be a bargaining phase as well, where it's like, like if I'm really good, or if I do all of these things, or if I act this particular way, like, can you make this better, or can you, like, we kind of bargain with the universe instead of actually leaning into the trust and the support and the love that we can receive at that time. So that's really important. Hey Marguerite, beautiful to have you on, honey. Hey Pete, lovely to see you on here as well. So we can go through bargaining. You may also experience strong anger. And none of these are clean cut, guys. Like sometimes when people talk about the grief cycle, it's like, oh, I'm in the anger phase. Oh, I'm in the denial phase. No, bullshit. It cycles, and it might cycle daily. It might cycle hourly. And it may not even be cycles. You might be experiencing anger and then denial and then, just deep sadness. So obviously deep sadness is another one. Acceptance is the kind of like what they call the final stages of the grief stage, where we can come to a place of acceptance of this has happened. And then there can also be a phase of guilt as well. And I remember that phase quite strongly, even after my own mum passed in. I had felt so joyless at the time. Like I found it difficult to experience joy in any manner, shape or fashion. My heart just had felt so sad. And I remember there was a couple of moments where I started laughing again, or I started experiencing moments of joy. It didn't seem to last for that long, but there were moments of joy. And I felt incredibly guilty for feeling that sense of joy, because I thought, how dare I feel joyous? And perhaps some of you, if you haven't been impacted by the fires, perhaps, you know, maybe that might be something that you're experiencing at the moment as well, is, you know, how can I possibly be happy or have joyful moments or feel, you know, excited or happy about my life when so many others are going through devastation. And I think it's important to remember that sometimes it's our time to be the one that's in pain and hurting, and sometimes it's our time to be the one that can care and offer love, compassion, support in other ways as well. So you know, that can help to obviously shift that sense of guilt. But for me, it was a really big thing that I just had to work through a little bit by a little bit. But bringing love and compassion to self and to obviously others involved is really, really important. So if somebody seems short-tempered, somebody's really stressed, just know that it's not because they're you know, wanting to be that way, or they're wanting to be hurtful or awful or say mean things or any of that. They're just really disconnected with their truest self at the time due to what they're experiencing. So just I think that's a good reminder for us all, obviously, as we're moving throughout life too. So I truly hope that this has been helpful for you. Good morning, Laura. It's great to have you on here as well too, honey. So just bringing pour love and gratitude into all that you can. So if you've got some people around you that are very easy to love and you loving them, milk that, guys. Like, that is just such a beautiful emotion. Like, really feel into that in the largest capacity, because when you're doing that, and even if you've struggled with self-love perhaps in the past, the more that we're actually, it doesn't matter what we're loving or who we're loving, if we're experiencing love, we're much more connected with that love also for ourselves as well. So it's just a really, really great thing to remember and to remind ourselves of. It doesn't matter what we're loving, we love to love. We love to be loved as human beings, but more importantly, I think that we love to also give love. And when we're tapping into that, you know, you're in the driver's seat when you're eliciting and giving love or sending love to others. Whereas when we kind of feel like, oh, well, I wish they'd love me, or I wish they'd, you know, that's very egocentric, and we're trying to get our internal needs met externally. But not only that, it leaves us feeling powerless and out of control and a little bit of a victim in the world as well. So just by taking that power back and giving ourselves love, or just deciding, oh, I don't have to wait for somebody to love me, I can give love. And the second that you do that, that's instant karma, guys, because whatever you're sending out, that's what you're experiencing in the moment. So if you're angry, frustrated, you're experiencing that first. Even if you're angry and frustrated at somebody else, you're the one that's experiencing that. So at all times, the greatest gift we can ever give to ourselves is that love, that compassion, and that sense of appreciation for life or for anything that we can find that's just a little bit easy to kind of bang on about and I guess milk and get a little bit of momentum going. Because once you've got some momentum going, now you've got the law of attraction also joining in with that, and it's going to bring you more things to appreciate. It's going to bring you more things to love. It's going to be like bringing you all of these things that just surprise you and delight you in the most incredible and amazing ways as well. So oh, beautiful to hear, Erica. Lots of love to you, darling. Yeah, it really really can be such a difficult time going through that, I think. Yeah. And that guilt can definitely be so strong as well. And yeah, I love what you're saying, honey. Absolutely, be gentle with all that you meet. You have no idea what they're going through, and this is so true. Like, we don't know who's been impacted by what or what's happened in their life or anything else. Everybody is really just, you know, they're on their own path, they're on their own journey. And even, you know, people that would normally be really robust or resilient or strong, you know, they've also got their own internal stuff going on as well, I can promise you. So sending you all loads and loads of love. Have a beautiful day, and I truly hope that this has served you in some way, shape or form. And if it has, please like, love or share it with those that you love, and yeah, wishing you all a blessed week. And like I said, sending so much love to those directly and indirectly impacted by the fires. And let's all pray for rain with absolute gratitude in our hearts, knowing it's done, and bring all of that to a relief for so many people as well. So have a magnificent day, guys. So much love, and thanks so much for tuning in. So much gratitude and love to you all. Bye.